Alright, don't really have a wide angle lens, so you just have to kind of follow along here. I'm going to go with the dimensions on the side first. And the side dimension there, that's 18 inches from outside edge to outside edge is 18 inches. The cart has a frame right here, and the wheels and everything are attached to the frame. And let me measure that for you. And that's about 37.5 inches. That does not have to be an exact measurement. It just depends on how much overhang you want in the back for the wheels and the tank, because you've got your gas in the back, and so whatever you feel comfortable with, you can make that as long as you want. So we've got 18 inches from the width, and then the length on my cart is 28. From this frame, outside edge to outside edge over there, is 28 inches. The height is going to be dependent on the wheels that you use. You got your front wheel. I use a small wheel that is greasable, and it rotates around. The back wheel, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Yep. The back wheel right there is a fixed wheel, and what I did was I welded little axles to the back end, and I'll show you that in a minute. So mine, from the bottom of the frame to the top here, is about 29 3/4. There's actually 29.5, and then whatever metal plate you want to put on the top surface as your work area. So it goes, once again, from the bottom of the frame to the very top of the frame on the outside edge to outside edge. That's 29.5, and then you've got the thickness of your plate. I've got 1/8 inch in here, and then that's pretty straightforward. You can go as thick as you want. I had a bench chair. What do you call it? A bench? Yeah, basically a bench chair. And I would sit, and it felt about the right height for me, and that's why I made it that height. Again, it's going to be determined by your rear axle, because your rear axle on the wheel, you can measure it from the ground to the center. That's about 3 3/4 of an inch from there to there. This is actually considered an 8-inch wheel, so it's supposed to be 4 inches up. So that would make the determination, and it'd be about 4 inches from the bottom. And then this one's custom made for my Lincoln. Luckily, the 185 and the 175 are in the same family of sizes, so I didn't have to do anything with the width. And then you can see down here what I did was, for the mounting bolts, I just overlapped this little washer onto the front edge right here on both sides, onto the front edge of the welder itself. And this welder is heavy enough that gravity could hold it in place, but you know, if you hit a bump, I didn't want it flipping off or doing anything like that. It's real hard to see here, but in the back over here there is a little tab that I had made previously. That little tab was for the Lincoln 175, and it held the 175 right in place. There were 2 screw holes on the back, or bolt holes. On the 185, I didn't do that. It's gravity other than those 2 front washers that are holding it in place. These right here, you kind of make those. That's, once again, it's 1-inch strap, and it's welded to the body of the table. And you can see I just kind of bent it and welded it. I'll get you a dimension on that if you want. Let's see, kind of a rough dimension from here, and I kind of roll it over. It's about 5 inches. And I put another one right up front here for my stinger. This is for the arc option on this welder. You can make it an arc welder by just changing out the stinger. This is another cord wrap right there, same 5-inch dimension, and another cord wrap. And then down here I used a 1/2-inch J-bolt, and you can see it's about 4.5 inches to the end here. You can make it as long or as short as you want. I think if I was going to do it over again, I might make that a little bit shorter so you don't have this overhang here. That seems to snag when I'm maneuvering around in the garage. This is what I came up with really quickly, is a torch holder. It's just you can tell, just a couple pieces of metal, and they basically just hold the torch. The torch is kind of T-shaped, So you can just lay it on there, and let me just, once again, working and holding at the same time. So the torch just kind of goes in there like that, and that holds it in there. Nothing to it. It's just kind of a gravity thing again. I put one on each side, and I also put a hole in case you want to put the torch in this way. So there's two methods of